This is Gerald Orlees, functional nutrition consultant. Today we're going to talk about immune pathogens, right? Biotoxins. Now, many of us can be exposed to bacteria, molds, or also fungus, parasites, and viruses. And it's important that we actually strengthen our immune system, which in a way is the body, right? The body's got this immune system. We always have white blood cells circulating throughout our bloodstream just to be ready to find a pathogen and to handle it and address it right away. So let's talk about the immune system. Well, the immune system, you have four main organs. You have the bone marrow. So the bone marrow actually starts the early production of the white blood cell. And if you ever heard of B cells and T cells, just know that B cells mature in the bone marrow and T cells mature in the thymus gland. So the thymus gland is right here below, underneath the sternum. And then we also have the spleen. The spleen is an important organ for the immune system. So if any individuals have inflammation in the spleen is right below your heart on the left-hand side. And then the liver. The liver is also responsible for actual production of macrophages, specifically Kupffer cells. Okay, so these four organs, the bone marrow, the spleen, the thymus, and the liver are critical to making sure your immune system is strong. Now, when we look at any of these pathogens, we get exposed to molds, which can also lead to mycoplasma toxicity, and then we can also be exposed to bacteria, staph and streps, and also the toxins that these bacteria produce. And then we can be exposed to parasites. So we have a whole other modules. You can go to our website and listen on where we can get parasites. Literally, we can get parasites from our water, from our vegetables, from our meats, from our animals that lick us, right? So we can get parasites, bacteria, molds. Molds typically you're going to find whenever there's rotten wood, right? So molds and fungus. So we know mushrooms are a fungus and they grow whenever there's dead wood outdoors on our yard. And then we also think about viruses. Viruses can also be a problem. Now, for years, when I was younger, I would have all kinds of sores inside my mouth. So we know that herpes is related to certain viral infections where it can affect the outside of our mouth or the inside of our mouths. And for years, when I was younger, I would get sore breakouts and it would be painful to eat. And of course, now that I've nourished my immune system, I now no longer get any sores whatsoever. It's probably been about 10 to 12 years I've been completely sore free. Cold sores, canker sores, those are sores that we have that are ran by viruses. And if our immune system is weak, then it makes us susceptible to. So at the end of the video, I'll share with you my formula, what I've used to handle that and to never have a breakout ever since I started working as a functional nutrition consultant. But today we're going to talk about those four pathogens, right? These are also known as biotoxins, bacteria, viruses, molds, and parasites, and they can grow. And so we have anti-parasitic protocols. We also have viruses. And many of you find that you're feeling a little sick and you've got this incubation period. It's not a full-blown sickness, but you can feel something coming on. And that's where we have some amazing formulas. Number one is the andrographis complex. This has got three amazing herbs. It's got echinacea, which, by the way, we have echinacea by itself, okay, which is known to boost the natural killer cells levels in your body, right? And then we also have in the andrographis complex, we have andrographis. So andrographis is the herb in traditional Chinese medicine that's been known to boost the immune system during acute needs. So you can actually use this acutely, or you can take a little bit every single day. It also has echinacea, which is the amazing Native American herb. Now, echinacea has been cultivated in South and North Dakota. That's where MediHerb actually sources their echinacea. And it has the root has to grow at least 3 years to have sufficient amounts of alkalamides. So they have excellent relationships with the farmers. And also within the andrographis complex is Tulsi, also known as holy basil. That's an Ayurvedic herb. So this is one of my go-tos for any type of acute situations and can also be taken one to two a day just to support the immune system. Furthermore, when you have these pathogens and you're supporting the immune system, your immune system is killing them off, right? There's a war, there's a battle. These macrophages are actually consuming infected cells, and we have to eliminate the toxins. Oftentimes in these bacterial challenges, viral challenges, there are toxins, and that's where Spanish black radish comes in. This is not only good for the lymph, but Spanish black radish and garlic, these pungent foods are very much antimicrobial. And so I highly recommend that you also add in what's called drainage support. Drainage just means now eliminating the dead corpses, right? The actual the toxins that are produced from fighting the infection. So you want to make sure you have some drainage. Spanish black radish is a great drainage formula, as well as Antranex. And then Thymex 2 can also be excellent drainage support, especially if there's upper lymph congestion, and also to support the lymph, the actual thymus gland. So thymus gland support is often needed if someone has any type of postnasal drip or an actual runny nose that's just going. I've had situations long ago where I'd have a runny nose and I'd just pop in a couple tablets of Thymex or Thymus PMG, which is the protomorphogen, okay, for the thymus gland. And literally my runny nose would stop mid-drip. So these are amazing formulas. Now, if you're looking just for overall immune support, Immuplex has nutritional support for the 4 organs that build white blood cells, right? Bone marrow, thymus, spleen, and liver. So Immuplex is just an overall good formula to have. Okay, so this is the time where it's important to make sure your immune system is fully supported. Be sure to avoid sugars as much as possible. Sugar weakens the immune system. And I hope that this information is helpful. If you have any questions, come visit us at nhicenter.com.